While taking a tour downtown, Mayor Wade Kapsakavich makes a surprising statement about the area around him.
Actually, it is a neighborhood, and it is Toledo's fastest growing neighborhood. This century, in the 21st century, since the year 2000, even as the city at large has lost, I think, 35,000 people, this particular neighborhood has grown by about 1,200 people.
For more than 50 years, Toledo's population has been in a free fall, losing more than 100,000 residents since 1970. Today, about 280,000 people call the city home. Now, the mayor says multiple projects across the city could create 1,600 housing units. He believes that's critical because an internal study shows the population decline isn't about demand, it's about supply. Toledo doesn't have the housing some people want.
Our report found that there'd be about 10,111 more Toledoans if we had housing for 10,111 more people. Why is it important to grow Toledo? Like, look, with our financial challenges, there's only two ways to do this. We could either raise taxes, which no one should want to do, or we could add more taxpayers, grow our city, which everyone should want to do.
In the late 1990s, the city issued municipal bonds to convert downtown offices into housing. It worked. But for 25 years, Toledo has been paying interest to out-of-state investors. Next year, the city makes its final $1.6 million payment.
So what it does is provides us the opportunity to do the exact same thing again.
But this time with the Lucas County Land Bank, specifically with the Spitzer and Nicholas buildings.
The public is the owner of those properties. They were abandoned. The public has become the owner. If the public is going to make an investment in those properties in order to create something that we all want, the fact that the public owns those buildings creates more avenues to make sure that the public gets paid back.
The buildings could provide about 400 to 500 units. This time, Toledoans would live in buildings owned by Toledoans, not faceless out-of-state investors. Since early summer, 11 Investigates has been reporting on outside investors gobbling up properties in Toledo. It's caused issues: absentee landlords, nuisance properties, higher eviction rates, and also lost the neighborhood identities. Now in October, the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland released a report showing just how dramatic the issue has become. And that study shows nearly 1/3 of homes in some Toledo neighborhoods are owned by investors, more than a quarter by out-of-state investors.
And I thought, okay, maybe it's Michigan, maybe they want to get into the Toledo market, but really it's California, it's Nevada, it's New York.
In September, 11 Investigates reported on eviction cases in Toledo. Nearly 50% were brought by companies from out of state. So we pulled nuisance housing reports, and we found again nearly 50% involved outside landlords, including a home here on Wetzler Road in West Toledo, a property owned by an LLC from California.
Someone living on Elm Street cares a heck of a lot more about what's happening on Elm Street than someone in Phoenix, Arizona cares about what's happening on Elm Street.
Now, Clesta's report reveals another troubling pattern. Investors in Cleveland and Toledo pull building permits at lower rates than owner-occupants, the only two cities in the study where this happens. In an October 15th interview, we asked Clesta, why would this be a concern?
I think the concern is that sometimes they could very well be doing some work to these properties. And they're not pulling permits. And the problem with that is it's not being inspected, and maybe something isn't being done to code.
Or the work isn't being done at all, and the property becomes a nuisance. And there's another problem: accountability. Nearly all rental properties in Lucas County are owned by limited liability companies, LLCs, which can hide who really owns them. Land Bank President and CEO David Mann and County Auditor Katie Moline want that changed.
LLCs have become a very easy, very creative way to limit your liability as an investor, but also, by the nature of how they're designed right now, hide true ownership. If you're going to put real estate in an LLC, then the state of Ohio should pass legislation that requires you to disclose who owns it, who contributes to it, in a way that then, if you don't do the right things, we can, at the local level, much more easily hold you accountable for the problems that you're creating.
The mayor says legislation alone won't solve this, but our data backs up his concerns about outside investors.
You don't care as much about maintaining your property if you're not living next door to it. And if all you see the home as is something, if all you look at it is a dollar sign, every minute of your day you're looking at, well, how can I cut costs? How can I drive the value down? Okay, well, I definitely don't want to spend as much. I'm not going to pay the lawn service as much this year to mow the lawn.
He believes his housing vision, locals investing in their own community, represents a positive step forward.
If you see it as a place where your neighbor lives or where your kid plays, you're going to care a lot more. I mean, it's just common sense. And that is the reality. If these out-of-town investors don't see it as a part of a neighborhood, they see it as part of their financial plan.